Jean Johnson is a Grammy-nominated solo and background vocalist who's worked with some of the biggest names in the industry. She's also an ordained minister and has a degree in theology. Basically, she puts the soul in soulful music. Oh, and did I mention she's got a new documentary out called The Jean Johnson Story, and Jean joins us now. How are you today?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I'm excellent, thank you. Now, you've worked with a lot of legendary artists over the years.
Yeah.
Is there anyone particular that stands out as a favourite?
I love them all. I mean, of course, Michael Jackson, Andraé Crouch, I have to mention him, Madonna.
Yeah.
I just like them all. All of them, really.
And who would you say was the most diva-ish? Feel free to spell the T.
Well, maybe I'll say Madonna. Now, I'm just talking, I'm answering these questions just off the top of my head, whatever's in my heart. So, I mean, there's others. Yeah, I'd say Madonna.
So what was it that got you started in the music industry originally?
Well, what got me in the industry was, I've been singing all my life. And I recorded, Many Rivers to Cross with Martha Reeves. And that was my first recording. And so that got me into the union, which is AFTRA. Later on, they joined with SAG. So that kind of got me going, where they started doing more. The Dream Girls contest that opened up a whole lot of avenues, and people started calling from that. So I could say, I should say the Dream Girls first.
Yeah.
And then the first recording was with Martha Reeves.
Yeah.
And so I got a chance to be a Vandella for a minute.
Yeah. And how do you think your time with Martha and the Vandellas shaped your career?
Well, one thing it did is it taught me how to get up and sing at any time of day, morning or night.
Yeah.
And it groomed me for what, I started doing after that, being on the road, getting used to leaving my family and just being ready, being on point. It gave me discipline, I had discipline, but it kind of added something else to my life that kind of helped to shape me and get me ready for the rest of my life in the world.
And as a backing vocalist for some of the biggest stars, how does it feel for you to turn up, do your great work, pack up your things and go? Then the song's a massive hit, but you're not really remembered or even known for it by anyone, really.
Well, I'm going to tell you, it kind of depends on your mindset. And see, my mindset was to take care of my children. I needed to feed my children because I had become a widow at the age of 35. So I had to take care of my kids. So I used that to live. So I wasn't really thinking about all the greatness of it, even though there was a greatness there. My family always looked at me like, oh, you're going again. Who are you going with now? Oh, my God, you recorded with this and that. They did all that, but I didn't have a chance to do that because I had to live a double life. I couldn't live the life as a celebrity. I had to live the life as just somebody else getting up, having a 9-to-5 job, because when I wasn't recording with somebody, I was working every day.
Yeah.
I was in the traffic with everybody else.
Wow.
So I hope that answered the question.
Yeah. Well, it certainly did.
Okay, good.
But despite that, you certainly did have a lot of success because your work on Completely Yes earned you your first Grammy nomination. What did that mean to you?
I'm going to tell you, what that meant a lot to me, but what meant most to me was at the time of the recording. At the time of that recording, there was a presence of God that was in that room and that was on me and in me that I had never experienced before. It was almost like the Lord was standing next to me and telling me what to say, giving me everything that came out of my mouth. And that recording actually was way longer than what people heard, because we had church off of that. I'll never forget that. I mean, I'll never, ever forget it because it was just like the Lord was just right there. I could feel his presence. I could feel the warmth. There was a warmth next to me. And I knew that I didn't know God was going to put it in there for a Grammy nominee, because that's not why I would do it. Yeah. I was singing that song because that is what I was telling the Lord. Completely, yes, completely. You want me to go wherever you want me to go, whatever you want me to do, Lord, yeah. I'll do it. And so I was pouring my heart out to him. And it was just like that for me, So then they said, okay, it's nominated. And I was like, wow, Lord, that was great. I give him all the glory. I give him all the glory for that, because that was another turning point in my life. I went through so much that every time God did something really special, I thanked him for it. It was just like, thank you. Everybody else is looking at the recording, or they're thinking, oh, this is good, but I'm thinking, look at you, Lord. Look at you. Again, I got a chance to sing for your glory again. And now you let the world hear it. And I hope they feel the way I feel. I know people do what they do, but I just, let me stop, because I could go on. Let me just hush.
Well, you certainly get your chance to talk in your new recently released documentary called The Gene Johnson Story. What can audiences expect from it?
Well, what they can expect from that is that I'm real. Yeah. I'm real. I don't know how to be a fake. I know how to lie, but I choose not to, because I know you tell the truth, then that's going to bring about some other blessings in your life. People need to know that, when they're going through something, that if they trust God, that he's always there with them. He said that he'll never leave us nor forsake us. And so I don't know how to answer that and say what they should expect. Because I can say what, I don't know. I just hope that I hope that they get what they, that it helps them, that they're encouraged from it. I hope that every aspect of their life, everything in their life, things that they go through, they're good, they're bad, that they just get some kind of something. I don't know. But I know what I said. I hope that it encouraged them. I hope it made them think about life. Maybe somebody was giving up. Maybe this helped them to say, no, I can go further. That there's still hope for them, their family, the children. I want them to grab whatever they can grab from it, that they can go forward. Just go forward.
Was there anything that you were hesitant to share with the viewers? And how did you decide what to actually include in the film?
I would say there's a lot of things. I won't say a lot of things, but there are other things that I didn't share because they didn't ask me. So, I tried to stay in my place. Yeah. But, if I ever had the opportunity to just really share with people in a teaching mode, or a mode of ministry, I would be glad to. I don't know everything. I just know what happened in my life, and people share. We share the same experiences. They may come at us different ways, but we share the same experiences. And I just know that if we all would love one another and encourage each other and just really do what we can, Yeah. I think that it would be great. I think, a lot of us would be in a better place mentally, because some people just need somebody to say, hey, I love you, or we couldn't hug for a while, but maybe a fist bump or something. But see, my life have been based on the Bible, because I was raised with the Bible and the Word of God. And I learned that what I was being taught did not become totally real until I went through experiences. It wasn't that I didn't believe. It's just that God proved himself to me. What was written in the word, I found it to be true in my life. It's true. So now I just try to please him. That's my thing. If I please him, I can help somebody else.
Yeah.
I can help. But if I'm not being helped, if I'm not getting anything, I can't give nothing. I can't give anybody anything if I don't have anything. So I do believe that my faith is strong and that I have a lot of examples where it proves God's love. It proves it no matter what it is. It proves it. So I don't know. About it.
Well, you are an ordained and licensed minister, which there couldn't be a more fitting person for. How has your faith influenced your music and career? I can guess from your answers that it very much has.
It has. I haven't always been ordained minister. That doesn't mean that I'm in the pulpit. It doesn't mean that I'm up front in front of people all the time. I'm not. I'm doing more music than I'm doing what they call preaching. I'm doing more music because God uses those experiences that I have and then that he's given me, blessed me to have. And so they tie in with the word. They tie in with him. There's a scripture that says, your gift will make room for you. And I feel like that's exactly is what happens to me and to others. You may not realize it, but the more you do, the more you probably will do, but if you don't make yourself available to do anything, then you won't do anything. So I've just, with the need to work, with the need for me to take care of my children, the need for me to do music because it's in me, it's in my bones. I don't care. If I'm not performing, I'm hearing it. I hear it all the time, even when it's not on. With all those needs, you put all that together and you get a pretty nice package. And you add the word of God to it. You trust whatever your faith is, however you operate in your faith. I found mine to be very, very useful. Very useful. I can go to Psalms and praise him and go to different scriptures of hope and future and put my feet on it, put my feet flat on it and take it with me. And then that way, God just opens up doors. It's like my gift makes room. I didn't call any of these people that called me. Their managers called me. I didn't call nobody. I wasn't out there trying to be with any celebrities or anything. I was trying to feed my children. That's it. That's it. I never called nobody or anything. It was the same way with, being a child, singing. Had no idea that, my family was seeing things. So it's the same thing with the industry. They saw things in me. They heard me. And when they heard me, it's like, oh, that'll fit with this. So they called me to fit with that. I never really pursued it. I could count the managers I had and they just helped me get dressed and made sure my makeup was on. They took care of contracts. Being in the union, I didn't have a lot to worry about. Yeah. They protected me. But as far as me just walking around saying, I just worked with Michael Jackson. Oh, wow. Gladys Knight called or something like I was not doing that.
Yeah.
I didn't. I'm not doing it now, even with the documentary. Yeah. I had no idea. This was not my plan. I was ready to sit down and do grandma duties, because I had been on the road for so long with Elton John. When I came home, my grandchildren thought I lived in the computer. So I just wanted to get with the family, and I was asked to do it. And I said, well, okay. For a while, I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't know what would I say. But then they started digging up. Look, you did this, you did that, you did this. And I was just like, wow, I don't even remember that. I did? I know this wasn't supposed to be but 10 minutes, but you probably should have gave me an hour, but I'm good.
You mentioned touring with Elton John there. Does he let you borrow his glasses, or do you have to bring your own bling to the stage?
You gonna bring your own glasses, okay? That's what you gonna do. You gonna bring And you know, I got to know him, so I got to know some things about him, but I never would have gone up to him and say, "Hey, Elton, can I use your glasses tonight?" He would have looked at me like, "What?" No, you couldn't do that. But he was a very generous man, and I love him. I love him.
Yeah, the Queen of Pop.
Yeah, I might can say that the way he added to my life. He just, oh God, his influence on me, his friendship, his kindness. I probably should say that he was the one. He was the one that really made an impact on my life. Him and Michael Jackson. Andraé Crouch made a big impact on my life. I think I could choose those three to be just the things that they did for me. You know, way they shared their life with me. Their resources. Elton made me feel like a celebrity. He did. Yeah, so he really did. So anyway.
And what's your secret to keeping your voice in top form after all these years? Do you gargle with honey and lemon every morning? Is it some kind of magical potion?
Oh, thank you for asking me that question, because somebody just gave me a new tip.
Ooh.
And this is something that I should have been doing, but I wasn't doing it. But they told, since COVID was here, you know, and still kind of around, they said, when you get up in the morning, the first thing you do before you talk is gargle with salt water and brush your teeth. Ooh. Because what happens is the plaque in your teeth, and you're sleeping, and it's going all over your mouth, and it's going all through your teeth, and it's bacteria. And he said that when you start talking, the bacteria starts to move around. Because I noticed that before I would brush my teeth, but it was like, I'm gonna do this first, and then. But that plaque goes down in your throat, and everything that goes down your throat, I believe it affects your vocal cords. I've always been a person that have the voice that I have, very raspy. Never had one of those real high voices like ladies, have, and maybe some men. But my voice has always been kind of covered tone, the way it is. And so he said, brush your teeth. And then after that, going about your day. But what I do drink like lemon water, maybe about a lemon water every morning, a little over 16 ounces. Like the jar that you get when you buy spaghetti sauce, that little jar. And I'll cut up lemon in there, or either lime, put a little water in, put it in the microwave, let it start boiling, and then shake it up real good, get the pulp going around, and then fill it back up. I let it sit overnight, and that's the first thing I drink in the morning. Either lemon or lime. And then from that, during the day, do some vitamin C. See, all these things, you try to control the mucus that gets on your vocal cords. Otherwise, you're like harking all day. Because I don't know if you've ever been to Elton's show, but he had a spit bucket. I can say this. Now, I'm not supposed to say everything, but I can say this because this was on stage. And sometimes when he get through with a song, he spit in his head. He spit in a thing. So, it kind of helps you from spitting all day and harking and stuff, because that was my tune every morning. Hark, spitting and I did that all morning. I did that for a while till everything settled. But since I started doing the lemon and lime, I haven't been doing that. So I think that's a good thing. Take tea. I always take something hot with me. All types of teas. I do no caffeine. All types of teas with garlic, a clove of garlic, cayenne pepper, honey. And then I'll put two of those, the Hall's eucalyptus, I'll put two of those in hot water and let it just sit. And then I sip on that while I'm singing, performing. I had a cup on every stage with Elton. And then sometimes coffee, because the caffeine in the coffee will make things move off your cords, you know. You just have to find what helps you, because some people may be allergic to what I do. So just keep looking. No cheese. Mm-mm. Cheese. No cheese for me at all.
No cheese.
Never. No.
You've had a long and successful career, but what's next for Jean Johnson? Is it retirement or becoming a professional dog walker or what?
I don't think I'll ever retire. I really don't, because I work now. I still work. If I'm not, and I just leave room. The music, well, I have music jobs now. I have children that I teach piano to, kids that whatever instrument they want to play. If I don't know how to play it, I get somebody to come in and teach them. I get some of my friends to come and teach them. I have 2 students now that I have finally put on the stage with me at church. They didn't know anything, but I just brought in some professional guys that I know and said, can you help him with the guitar? Can you help him with the drums? And then, you know, I teach a little piano. I don't take them to college, but I can teach them the basics. I can teach them, get them started, you know. So that's what I do on a daily basis now.
Well, where are we able to keep up to date with you? And of course, find the documentary, The Jean Johnson Story.
They had it on Facebook and YouTube, but it's right now they have like clips of it, but there's a whole almost 2-hour viewing that they have on Facebook, and it just says Jean Johnson documentary. That's what it says, and you can bring it up on Facebook. I think it's on, well, it is YouTube. There's a lot of clips on Instagram. I think they put something on TikTok. Right now, that's how it is, unless somebody want to take it and make a movie, put in the theater.
Well, many thanks for talking to us today. It's been great to have you on.
Thank you, Toby. My pleasure.